¿Qué onda, vatos? Thanks again for tuning into yet another video. Memphis coming at you live from San Jose, California, the West Coast, with the update of the Sportster ST. There you go. Look at that. Saddlebags, man. I just can't live without saddlebags. Like I said in all my videos, ever since I started rocking them 5 years back, I just can't. I can't get around without saddlebags. I got this guy right here. I could put a couple things. Man, it's just not enough. I ride to work and I need to be able to put my stuff, my lunch bag, my extra jackets. I show up early. I work 10 hours a day. So climate change between morning time and afternoon, summertime, it's drastic here. You're looking at about 50 to 60 at, early morning. And then you're looking at, 90, maybe even triple digits sometimes. And it's just, this isn't enough. I can't fit, this flannel that I have on. This is my flannel that I take on, that I wear every day. I have a video on it. It barely fits in this thingamajig, in this swing arm bag. Barely fits. And then of course I have my Yeti over here. That, I have a 30-ounce one, and that doesn't fit. So if you're wondering about this cage, you can only fit an 18-ounce Yeti or tumbler, whatever, and it has to be slim design. It can't be fat. Yeah, I guess you can't use that word these days. Obese. That was the nice way to say it, and now he can't say that either. Man. Anyways, before I get on the rant, so now I got these saddlebags. These are of course on Amazon. I'm still thinking about putting some lights right here. That's what I'm gonna do. And as you can see, man, it's sturdy. Look at the whole bike. It moves. I used an invisible style-wise of mounting. You guys can watch these videos on my playlist on my channel. I have a whole playlist for just the Sportster. I'm not sure when the install is gonna be up, because man, I'm behind on videos. I have a lot of responsibilities, and I haven't been able to keep the channel updated weekly. I think I have about 500 videos on the channel, and the last couple months I've been working a lot. So anyways, minor updates. Of course, you guys can see this is the Lepera seat. I already have a video on this. I'm loving the seat, guys. About 600 miles in, man, I really like it. Even just being seated back away from the handlebars, about maybe an inch and a half. I'd say maybe about an inch and a half compared to the stock seat. Man, it feels so much better being able to have my arms stretched out. Like I said in the video of this one, of the Lepera First Impressions, my elbows were basically like this, pointing upwards. I just didn't like it. I like taller bars. These are about 15 and a half. I think it's 15 3/4. So almost 16-inch rise on these bars. And I also set my sag on these shocks, and that's improved the ride quality. When I bought this with a little bit, like 2,000 miles. The owner had it, original owner, he's had it since 2016, and this was it at 0. Man, when I was riding it, I was flying off the seat all the time. I was flying off the seat, and man, I was thinking, man, should I get new shocks? But these are 13-inch shocks. The seat height on this is about 29 inches. I could barely flat foot the bike, barely. Depending on the footwear, if I have my boots, I could flat foot it. If I don't have my boots, if I have my sneakers, then I'm tippy-toeing the bike. And looking at the dots right here, I saw that this was all the way to 0. And 0, you're setting the bike at 130 pounds, 120 pounds. And man, that was just a problem. I went over here, I got a spanner wrench, and I moved it down to, of course, I believe it's 3. I mean, you can only see 2 dots, so I guess it's on the 2 mark. I set it at 2, and it improved the ride quality. The front end still kind of crap. Like I said in all my videos, Harley suspension is just garbage. So over here, as you guys can see, if I was at the right angle, that's set to 2, and I believe that's for a 180-pound rider. I think, yeah, 180-pound. I have luggage with me, so I added a little bit more. I could go down to 3, just so I could add an extra 20 pounds. I think I think it's intervals of 20 to 30 pounds. So if I have 30 pounds of you know, junk in my saddlebags, that's going to be enough, you know, to kind of compensate for that. You know, the rider and the added weight. So you have, you know, look at your owner's manual. You'll be able to see, because with the 2016 owner's manual, it has a specific new page for just this bike, because of course the shock on the Roadster it's a taller suspension. It's a lot taller than your Iron, your Custom, your 48, all those other bikes. I mean, this is the reason why I went with this one out of all the Roadsters. I wanted, you know, I wanted a better suspension. I wanted inverted forks. I wanted dual disc brakes. I wanted, you know, pretty much a lowrider S, but on a smaller frame and a lighter bike. And yeah, so that's updated. I adjusted these. I have crash bars or frame sliders for these. I haven't had the time to install them. Bum King, I'm going to install them eventually. So that's that. I don't know, did I have this on there? Oh yeah, so this is new too. This is from a China location, Panzoma Racing. I don't know. So, I mean, I had this, you know, sent over. You guys can see it's already discoloring. My bike sits outside when I'm at work for, you know, 10 hours. This thing sits in the sun. It's been sitting in the sun since I got it. It's now been, what, 2 months or a month. I've been spraying it with the 305. What is that thing called? Man, I just don't know. It's the marine grade UV protection. And you can see, compared that to that, it's yeah, it's losing its color. It's turning a little purplish. I just sprayed it again. Maybe I figured, you know, maybe it needs a new coat of that spray. But you can see this is what it used to look like, this black, and now this is what it looks like, a little purplish. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying this stuff out. So far, the straps, everything's pretty solid. I have stuff in there. This is where I keep my gimbal for my phone, and yeah, let's talk about the saddlebags then. Now that we're, you know, down to that, pretty much, you know, it's a heavy construction. Yeah, I'm surprised how thick the saddlebags are. I didn't mount these with the stock hardware. As you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can see in there, because it's so tight. I mean, I installed these so tight to the fender. I just didn't want that fender gap. When you have the stock hardware, it's about 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches plus the strut. I mean, this is about, what, 1 inch? So you're looking at 3 to 4 inches of gap between your fender and your saddlebag, and I just couldn't live with that. I couldn't deal with it, so I went ahead and I made my own. And of course, these struts are tapered, so I have a spacer right here. This is a 1/4 inch spacer, and you know, compare that to that. The bags look solid. Of course, you guys can see I have bolts down here, and this is what gives the saddlebag some support. They don't, you know, they're not sagging like this. If you guys seen some of the installs where some of the saddlebags are sagging inwards, that's because they have weight on them, and they're usually just, you know, with the strap underneath the seat. They're not, you know, hard mounted like these, so there's no sag. You know, I could confidently put maybe 20 pounds in these saddlebags, and I don't have to worry about them sagging or hitting my my guard. So that's how you know, unlock them. There's no latch. I already said my piece in the video, security wise. You know, this is glued in there. You know, if anybody wants to break into your bike, they're going to. My Viking saddlebags, they broke the locks on those. It was similar to this, but man, they just freaking opened it. And that was on my 05 Sportster, the Viking saddlebags. They completely destroyed them, but they still, you know, they still closed. I think if they were to break into this, I don't know how. I would have to, I guess, I don't know, drill something through the lid to replace this this latch if they were to break into it. But anyways, here's my mounting system. I already have a video on this. I'm not gonna go into it, but I mean, this is thick, you know, zinc steel, I believe. Yeah, this was what, $4. Cut it in half, made 2 pieces. And of course the bolts, the spacer, because you know, this is a 3-inch bolt. It's too long. This is 2.5. That, you know, that's all you need if you're doing it like this. You know, storage wise, there's a good amount of storage. I think you could probably put a 6-pack in here. Yeah, I'd say it fits a 6-pack So you could, you know, you could have your 6-pack of Pacificos, and you can have your 6-packs of Coronas or whatever you want. They fit. And yeah, weather-wise, there's a little weather strip. They're dirty because, of course, the sanding. I just finished painting them. I haven't cleaned them up at all. But yeah, I mean that's the Sportster ST. You know, I'm just gonna keep on calling it an ST because of the way they sit. So like I said, you have a tight gap in here, super tight, right? You know, I could barely fit my hand in here, which, you know, looks good, but of course you have to compensate in some way. Right over here, you know, you have the shock here. I can't move this forward. I can't move this, you know, down or anything like that, because if I were to bottom out, I don't want to destroy my saddlebags. So I mean, there's not a lot of clearance. I can't even fit 2 fingers in there. So between here and here, maybe about a, you know, one finger and a half gap. So far I have not bottomed out. I just installed these yesterday, so who knows? I mean, I could, but as far as right now, they're just slightly angled a little bit, just so I could, you know, buy that real estate that I need. Because if you look right here, not a lot of space. You know, I wanted to keep it nice and flat, mainly because of what I have in here. You see, I had to cut into this piece, this bracket. Like I said, I have a whole video on this, guys, and this is the only, you know, way to get this to fit in there without digging into my saddlebags. So yeah, saddlebags, they're installed. Yeah, 15 hours, no, a little, maybe about 18 hours worth of you know, painting them. Overall, I think the bike's complete now. I have a luggage rack. I don't know if I want to put that on there. You know, it's like this. If you guys saw it, I bought it with the bike. I think it looked pretty neat having it. It hangs over my license. It barely clears it, so it's just like in this area. And I could probably, you know, put some C-clamps and put a little a little tour pack on top. But you know what, that might be just overdoing it. You know, the saddlebags, a lot of people don't like saddlebags on their bikes, but man, I just need them. Yeah, that's the update right there for the Sportster ST. You guys let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? I'm still thinking about putting lights up here. I'm gonna wire them, just, you know, drill here. It's a LED piece. If you guys seen the video, you guys know what I'm talking about. But the walk-around videos, they do pretty good. People just like, you know, seeing the bike and having me explain stuff. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave the comments. Leave your questions down below, or, you know, I'm just having a difficult time responding to comments right now. I just don't have a lot of time. You guys can look at them at, you know, all these different angles. I'm just walking around. As far as what I've seen other people do as installing their saddlebags, there's some fella on Amazon that installed these upside down. And I think he did that I think the reason why he did that is because of course, the shock, and I think because he didn't want to relocate his lights. He didn't want to, you know, fabricate that much. So he actually installed these saddlebags like up here. So imagine this up here. Yeah, about up here. That's how he installed them. And man, I'm just kind of like, man. And it was actually, I think it's an iron A3, and I was just, oh man, that looks so bad. Yeah, don't do that. And of course, like I said, you could lower these with the fender, but you would have to, like I said, man, put these out. You know, that's up to you. Do you want them to sit up higher like this with that tight gap right here, or do you want them to sit lower with, you know, a 4-inch? Maybe, man, you know, that's a huge gap. Maybe, yeah, about 4 inches. Have them sit a little bit closer. I think this is the best way to put them. In my opinion, I think this is the best way that they look. So I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. What do you guys think of my Sportster ST? You guys think I'm ridiculous? You guys think I'm dumb? You know, just leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching. You guys stay out there, stay safe. Don't believe everything you read. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.